Not good enough. I think everybody saw that. I'm not sure how much I have to go into detail. It was pretty self-explanatory, not good enough. So that's something that we'll have to work on.
Is it a matter of you have a lot of new guys back there, you kind of have to find the way to play with each other? How did you kind of see that?
I don't know. That's the same for everybody. I don't think any team's intact from last year completely. So that's just more an excuse than anything. Obviously, you can find a lot of those if you want, but I know this team doesn't do that. A lot of times we try to just go to ourselves and know that we can be a better hockey team than we were tonight. And again, I'm sure you've heard some cliches about being one game and all that, but that's the reality of it. It's 1 out of 82 here, so we're not gonna, I guess, get too down on ourselves. But obviously, we got some homework to do.
Because of the start you had last year and the fact that you guys have really vowed not to do that again, will there be a greater sense of urgency here in Game 2 than perhaps there was a year ago?
Again, I'm not looking back to last year much. I think this group is completely new in that regard, and I think it's a completely new situation in that regard. So for me, I'm not, whether we won Game 1 last year and lost it this year, whether we win Game 3 and lost it, that doesn't really bother me much. It's more about our effort and what we have in here and our group in here. We know that we can get to a much higher standard and a much higher level than we did tonight.
Is this a good reminder that teams are going to give you their best game, that you guys are a team that everyone's going to be gunning for this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's natural when you go far in the playoffs and you knock some teams out. Obviously, we didn't play Winnipeg in the playoffs, but obviously they saw what we did last year, and they may see us as a measuring stick for them. Obviously, I thought they played an excellent game tonight. Good, kudos to them, but again, I think we got to make it way harder. I thought we played okay at times, and we had some chances, but not nearly enough of urgency in the defensive end, and that's where it all starts with this team, and I know we can be better.
It was more of quick strikes by them, Mattias. It wasn't like you were hemmed in for long periods of time. They didn't give up a ton of shots. It just seemed like when you gave up a chance, it was a pretty big chance.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that's when you come off the game tonight, it doesn't feel like that either, that you were hemmed in. Some nights you're just like, oh my God, I couldn't get out of my own end, but I didn't feel like that. It was more the quality of looks that we gave them, and they jumped on them and executed on their finishing. So kudos to them, but again, I think it's more on us that we know we got to make it harder on them.